Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. I'm going to take a look at what other frequency is available for us to um, activate today. And this is a timeless reading, so when you come across this message is the right time for you. So it's going to be 3 cards. The first one is the frequency, the second one is what can we release for this to anchor properly, and the third card is advice on how to go about it. So let's look at the frequency. And we have the Two of Swords, and what I'm hearing is a final separation, and that could be on many different levels. If you have to let go of toxicity on many different levels, it is fully supported at this point in time, and not just it's there was a point in time I feel like many attempts would be unsuccessful, and we were forced into dark experiences, dark interactions, darker relationships, parasitic situations, vampiric situations, you get the gist, and could not get out, as if there was, like, to some extent a lesson in it. What I see it as personally is that we were kind of like held like against our human will, but in divine will in some situations, to mitigate the energies, I'd say, to kind of like buffer situations. I know personally I've been in a lot of situations where my energy was like buffering against even darker forces, trying to reach these deranged people, let's say. Because if someone's like not the best person and they attract even worse people, they'll kind of like spiral into an even darker type of contract, and it's going to be even harder over time to get themselves out of there, or even reach them to get them out of there if people feel like giving a hand. So I feel like there's some of that. So on a human level, it absolutely sucks to be kind of like squeezed between evil and a shaky human parasite type of personality. But at the same time, you can tell in the greater scheme of things that it would make sense, and like I don't like that. I've been dealing with stuff like that way too much, and I'm glad it's mostly over now. But we can talk about it more in depth at some other time if that interests you. Let me know. So yeah, and we're kind of like set free now that there's a final separation. It's as if the overall like field is supportive enough that there doesn't need to be like high frequency people put in those situations, because the baseline of the overall field rose enough that it will support them into not drowning into lower levels of hell naturally. Like humanity's kind of like got it, and the field is a lot more stabilized, so we'll actually get to experience something much more interesting than being in situations with unpleasant people. Yay, And then some extent, I heard another video, I think yesterday, that was talking about the fall of narcissists and narcissism. That's mostly what it is, and like I said, we could go in depth about that eventually if that's interesting to you. And now, what we can release, it's the anchor in it's the Page of Swords, and the anchor in this old identity template. And I know personally for me, what I just talked about, I kind of released it previously. Like you kind of get your mind into gear about it, I'd say, and you really don't want to be doing that anymore, and you also feel like there's a richer experience that's available to you finally, because for a while they're kind of like is nothing. The field feels super like void, and there's no way to get you out of some situations, and that's sometimes just the way it is. And you develop like a personality and an identity that goes with that. You're like always the person that's like overgiving or caretaking, all those types of ways of interacting and relating and stabilizing the field, environment, and people around you. And now it's time to switch the anchor to something that actually works for you personally, individually. And yeah, so we can start reformulating our self-perception and reaccessing our actual personal template and blueprint, because we're more than just the way we serve others and the way we assist others, you know. So here's the advice, and what I'm hearing is it's the Ace of Cups, and what I'm hearing is fill up your cup, and it's very much about taking care of yourself in the ways that actually work for you, like do things that are pleasing to you. And personally today what I'm going to do is go to the park and spend a lot more time outside, which I haven't been able to do for many months for many reasons. And today it felt absolutely possible, like physically, like my energy, like I really feel like doing that and go sit near water. And I've been mostly like indoors and not able to connect to nature or the outside world in such a way for quite a while. So that's going to be replenishing, you know. And also when I make those videos, it's always nice to see that it's interesting for others to watch them, and that also fills my cup, because I mean if you share it also to like be heard and have ideally a positive impact or some type of reach, you know. And that's it for now. So I hope you have a great day as well, and I talk to you later.